Laura, can you speak a little bit about your case and the process of reconciliation in Peru, and what do you think about the movement to get Fujimori out of prison? What do you think about Alberto Fujimori and his situation? So those are two questions.
Okay, can I might answer the first.
Okay.
It's a complicated situation in the sense that what disturbs me about it is the way, for some reason, those accused of or who are involved with political violence are accused of, causing a damage which is multiplied. While, not just in the case of ex-President Fujimori, but other people who were here for corruption, they left the jail without paying a cent. And right now, I saw people be sent back to jail because they weren't paying their fines. And you're talking about fines that are million sol fines for a person who doesn't probably make 400 soles a month. That doesn't make sense. That you put someone back into jail, which means in jail they won't make any money to pay back. If they were paying 20 soles a month, that's a lot for someone who makes 400 a month. Whereas there are people who owe millions and millions in reparations to victims and reparations to the state, and they don't pay for it. So that contradiction doesn't quite convince me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it beyond politics. I mean, I do understand it in the sense, but in terms of need, and there are actually a lot of people who have money, and they don't give money back to the state, but that people who are just about scraping by need to kill themselves paying. And I'm not saying it's just we have the people accused of terrorism have very high fines comparatively. So that's the issue. In terms of reconciliation, I think what my case has showed is that there is not an understanding of the issue of political violence. I'm not saying that people should be nice to me. I'm not saying they should want to be my friends. But I think there should be an understanding that a sentence serves a purpose. It has a beginning and it has an end. There are certain deeds that a person committed that had a beginning and had an end that caused them to be sentenced to a particular sentence. And that if the function of the sentence is rehabilitation and reinsertion in society, that person should eventually, with or without benefit, be sent back into society. Now the interesting thing, I remember a quote of, I think it was Carlos Tapia, right after I was released. They were asking him, do you think she's a danger? And he said something like, if you don't want people to get out of prison, shoot them. You should just shoot them all and it'll be over with. But I would say something that I think is even scarier than that, is that perhaps had they shot all of us, saying all of us, those accused of terrorism, then there would be no one to blame and no one to make scandals with. So probably we're more useful life, which is scary. And that shouldn't be the way. There should be truth involved in this. And it's not saying one is not responsible, but we should be proportionally responsible for what one has done. And I don't understand why in society the issue is in a cloud and it's not regarded, it's not spoken about. It's a very complicated issue. But because it's a very delicate issue. I don't want to offend anyone. But I just think the issue of reconciliation is lesson zero. I was shocked when sitting in the living room in Miraflores. What were they shouting? They were shouting, no a la CDR. They were saying, no al museo. What is that? A museum of the Memoria constructed actually by the government. I don't understand it's not going to be pro-subversion, obviously. So where is the hatred behind someone saying no to the museum? I don't understand it. That is not a pro-terrorist museum by any means. So the issue is truth. We need to know the truth. It's good to understand the truth. If you don't want things to happen again, you understand the truth, and reconciliation means that we just understand what happened and let's go on with it. But you can't go on with it. You have to just remember the gory details and blame people. I just don't think it's healthy. It's not healthy at all. It's not the way to convivir. I don't know how to translate that into English, but it's not how you convivir with people I mean, that was the whole issue that the Truth Commission addressed, was that the society was so divided. And this is not helping to unite society, I don't think. And I'm not saying it's an issue just of those of us accused of terrorism, but it's an issue of society itself. I mean, you have to face reality in their dimensions so that people can understand what's going on. It seems as though cases like mine and the whole issue of rebrote terrorista in these times has been smokescreens. Once and again and again and again and again, when it's politically convenient, and that is not a way of reconciling society. I mean, it doesn't, not a way of resolving anything.